I get done and I'm driving, and lo and behold, I run into this, this detour from hell. Finally, I get there, and it's. I mean, because Linda McMahon was there, so we had not only did we have like Hulk security, but we also had, cabinet members security.
Mm-hmm.
So we had, like it was very well protected. There were guard dogs and everything else. So I go in, and we do the whole deal. So when it's over with, I've got a flight to London tomorrow, and it was it was longer than I thought service that was going to be. But then you had to, Paul was there, and Linda was there, and Stephanie was there, and Shane was there. So I got the chance to see all them, because seeing Paul at a pay per view, forget about it. And Kid and we spent the whole week together, the whole weekend together. Just we ate every meal together. And he had a different event than I did on Sunday, but we pretty much were just tied by the hip, which was, I mean, just great because it was like old times.
But now you're talking about SummerSlam when you say the weekend, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is I'm going back, and so Sean and I sit together,
Mhm.
and
Now we're at the funeral again.
we're back at the funeral.
Okay.
I had to, you know, c- cement the. Yeah, you can.
I'll keep the listeners.
Yeah,
Okay. Good.
keep me abreast. So I get done, and I'm like, okay, I hate to do the Irish, but I'm gonna give it the Irish goodbye here. I'm just gonna powder. And so I say goodbye to to the people that I said good. I met Terry's last, his wife. I met her. Talked to Nick. Met Nick's wife, and it was like, okay, like I've got, So how was Hulk's reception?
I was going to say I had a lot of questions that we glossed over,
Uh,
but well, let me ask you. Like, you was it this was it touching? Was it
when they,
upbeat? Like,
when
because it
they
was a
handed
celebration.
me, so when I walked in, and like, there was a security, and they had to go through a book and see if your name was in it and everything else, and then they handed you like I don't know if it's called the program,
Yeah,
or and there was that picture of Terry, and it was just like, I don't know, man. It, it was the same thing when I got the thing at Scott's. It's just like, it's all of a sudden it becomes real.
mm,
Like, not that but like now you're, and you know, me and death don't get along real well. I don't do death very well, and I was just like, oh. And then you look down, we walked down, and there was a bunch of the boys, and people that I wanted to say hi to that were standing right by Terry's casket. So I went down there, and I was just like, before I made any movement that way, though, I made sure that it was closed, because I do not
hmm
do the
the
viewing.
open casket.
No,
Yeah.
no, I would have Irish fucking goodbye from the door on that.
You lost your father at a young age. Did you go to his service?
I sat on top of his casket, rubbed his chest, and felt that fucking giant autopsy fucking V
You're kidding. You
at
did.
8 years old. He was so fucking cold. I kissed my mom. Her fucking lips were ice cold. She had lost probably 70 pounds. Man, yeah, I've,
See, when that stuff gets instilled young, I had my share of similar experiences, with family when I was younger. It it desensitized me a little bit to the wake process, but it's
well,
sounding
but it
like for
wasn't your mother
you,
and father.
it was my father.
Oh, you good. How old were you with your father?
Um, 14.
I was 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I, it doesn't desensitize me. It just it takes me to a place where I'm wondering, are we going to have to fucking move? Like I'm 8 years old and I'm thinking like my life is about to just completely be,
Mm,
exploded.
right.
So no, but then all of my father's siblings, none of them saw 50. So all my aunts and uncles on that side were gone before you could, before I was probably 12 or 13.
Mm-hmm.
And then his mom died before I was born. His my grandfather Nash had a shipping accident where he fell off a scaffolding working in the shipyards. And I'm sure if they would have done an autopsy, he would have had a heart attack and fallen off the scaffolding.
Hmm.
Um, and then my mom was an orphan.
Oh, so you didn't have grandparents on her side?
No.
Yeah, we have strange parallels. My father,
Did you piss yourself yesterday?
my Bob. No, it's right now. It's happening, and that's what I was thinking about. This damn leather chair. I'm gonna need some of your Ace Hardware gimmicks, some of the Pat Summerall spray. But yeah, my father's whole side of the family. By the time I think I was 18. They were all gone. Um, so yeah, it's weird stuff.
There's
Anyway, we
very,
landed on
very,
this
very,
because
yeah, there's very, very few people that I would go to their anything.
a service. Yeah,
Yeah, I went to Scott's.
yeah.
I mean, as much as I love Gene, I heard they were going to have the casket was going to be open, was what I heard. You got to get your scouting report. And I was just like, nope. So,
Okerlund, you're talking about.
yeah.
So you do you see some people that you wanted to see. Now there were speakers uh,
Yes.
that day. Paul spoke,
Paul
and
spoke. Paul's really been, I mean, he's been in that position for so long as being like the head and
hmm
doing speech, so he's became a really good public speaker. So he did a really good job. Uh,
Jimmy Hart, I think, right?
Jimmy was there. The Emperor was there.
Caesar.
Yep, Caesar was there.
Caesar spoke.
Yep, Ben spoke.
Was it all wrestling? Like, who would have had the most personal? Maybe Jimmy had the most personal, I would guess, because they were friends for a long time.
I think it's so hard to differentiate um, in our world. Like there are very few people that called Hulk T or called him Terry.
Terry. Yeah.
There are very few people. So, and
Did
I
Eric speak?
no,
He was there, though, obviously.
yeah, Eric was there. I wouldn't. Nick spoke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Nick actually spoke first.
It's a shame Brooke and him couldn't reconcile
Well,
before the passing.
say your prayers and you can reconcile at a different time.
Mm-hmm. You never know how much time's on the clock. So a lot of the silly things we use to drive wedges between us and other people.
Yeah, we're a stubborn fucking. We're just such a stubborn fucking animal.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
True that. Well, Kev, I heard. All right, a little feedback from the last couple of weeks. We did the Hulk show when he passed a couple of weeks ago, and then we did some. We let people in on the pre-show last week. So Golden Retrievin said, next to Eric, this is the only podcast reaction and remembrance I care to hear. Thanks, Kevin. I saw that in more than one place. People were waiting because everybody else weighs in right away, right? Dude, Hulk hadn't even hit the ground yet, and I think tweets were and the instas were flying about everybody's
How could you? It's I don't
first
know.
person experiences with Hogan.
I didn't say anything about my cruise until because I thought like maybe it was just the fact that Thursday morning my wife woke me up on the cruise and said your friend died, and I said who, and she said Terry. I said Hulk, and I was just like ugh,
Mm.
and I was just like wow. I felt like fucking Bridges on airplane. Picked a fine time not to drink.
Yeah. Um, Anthony Clark said R.I.P. Hulk from a black man who wouldn't have found pro wrestling had it not been for you. You weren't perfect, but I never asked or expected you to be.
Thank God somebody fucking's human.
Someone's Someone gets it. Bad Lion, Kev's lost a lot over the years. He still manages to keep pushing forward. Being public with it helps many of us in our lives find motivation to keep moving forward. Love you, big man.
You know what? This one here was tough. I'm like, what is going to keep me going? I'm like, there's going to be another. I could shit myself. I still have that to look forward to. So I mean,
Because you played the piss card already
I'm the
on
piss.
Hogan's.
I pissed. Yeah, I completely pissed myself. So I've got the Dookie card left.
You got that. You could also vomit on yourself on the way there, like
Yeah,
right down the front of the shirt.
but see, I wouldn't. See, that's why I wouldn't have been in my shit.
Right, that's why you wear the t-shirt and the
Yeah,
flip
in case
flops.
you do just decide
Right.
to vomit, you know.
What a terrible way you laid this whole event out, Kevin. You were driving down in the pedestrian gimmick with the good stuff in the trunk. You should have pissed yourself then. You waited till you were in the expensive suit.
But
You had it all backwards.
I couldn't fucking stop on the way home because I was like I said, I'm Clooney in the perfect storm, so I can't give up the fucking wheel. And then once I got to fucking calm waters, I was just like, fuck this. Now I can really make some time. And I wanted to get home before 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And I had it down to a T. It's just that motherfucking police officer, man. He just had my number.
Mm. They knew that was one of your spots, I think, and they
I'm
heard
going to
you
tell you
on the
right
road.
now. Note to everyone out there: do not buy any kind of a sports car and have stripes on it. You're asking to be fucked with.
Now he was already in the lot, right? He didn't follow you,
Oh
did he?
no, he was just sitting in there.
Right. Maybe he uses that as a piss spot too. You ever think of that?
No, he was fucking. They were that. That's
Yeah.
a little speed trap right
Radar
there.
gun.
People shoot. They don't.
Yeah.
What he was looking for was not coming to a complete stop before you take the right to go up that side street,
One of these
and
little
then
bullshit
yeah,
reasons to run
yep,
you, make
to
sure
make
you're
me
not
piss
John Wayne
myself.
Gacy. Modus Operandum was watching last week. He said, "This is the best collection of stories I've ever heard on this channel, like Kevin giving Terry's eulogy. Very well done to both of you. Cheers." Thank you, Mo. Glad you enjoyed that.